Hey guys, I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still gonna decide we're gonna move the live stream. I don't. It's raining right now. Yep, it's raining really hard. And I do not feel like getting out in that water with my phone, so I'm under the porch right now. But we do need to have a talk about something. First off, yeah, we do need to have a lesson because our last video, some of our videos didn't have a lesson, and yeah, so we're gonna have a little lesson. All right, I'm gonna say if someone asks you to stop, this goes for anybody. If someone asks you to stop texting them, or to stop calling them, or to stop emailing them, or whatever, you have to stop because it can become legal harassment. Because it can become legal issues, like the police can get involved. Everybody probably does it at some point. But everybody does it with. There's something. Okay, there's a difference with like. There's a difference between if you're not realizing, if you're not realizing it, than if you're realizing it. Because like everybody does it by accident at least one point. Everybody texts nonstop by accident at least one point. Yeah, everybody does that. Even I do it. And usually they're fine with. But if you know you're texting them too much and you just decide to, that's a problem. That becomes bullying. That becomes cyberbullying. Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is. Could be a friend. Could be a spouse. Could be boyfriend, girlfriend. But if he or she asks you to stop texting them, you have to stop texting them or calling them. Here's a story. So I miss Air West a lot. And I stopped texting her a while ago because I realized how much I just now realized how much I texted her because I didn't realize before. So then I just stopped. But like, if you eventually realize how much you're texting them, just take a break for a little bit. Like, hide their contact. That way you cannot find them. Like, that's what you got to do. Is you just got to hide their contact. And you won't find them. That's what I did with Air West. Haven't texted her in a long time. That's really helped. Because chances are she's probably really mad at me right now. And also, if they're not responding to like a million texts, the silence usually means no. Usually means that they don't want to text you. They don't want you to text them anymore. That's 90% of the time, that's what it means. Just take that as an answer. It's easy. But yeah, if someone asks you to stop texting them, you have to stop. Like, you have to stop. Because you know what they can do? They can take screenshots of your messages. And you know, and then they could show the police and like the judge. And then you can get in trouble by law. Like, it becomes... sorry if you cannot hear me because of the rain. Yeah, it becomes it definitely becomes legal harassment. And also, it's what you text about. Texting about stuff like... Okay. So, sometimes people... So, one of my friends said that she gets texts from people sometimes that like they keep joking about inappropriate stuff like violence. So that can be a problem as well. If someone asks you, if you're texting them, and they ask, and like, let's, for example, Pan Am Flight 103. If I were to go around texting Air West about Pan Am Flight 103, and I were to continue to text her about Pan Am Flight 103, do you think she's going to like that? No, she is not. Because Pan Am Flight 103 was a huge terrorist attack. And let's say I were to text her a lot about Pan Am Flight 103. And she tells me to stop. She says, and then she says, Kel, stop texting me about Pan Am Flight 103. You can text me, just not about that incident. Change the conversation. That doesn't mean stop texting them permanently. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But if they say change the conversation, then you can just change the conversation, because they just because like Air West might have just not liked. This did not happen. I did not spam her about Pan Am Flight 103. Because that is, if I were to do that, if I were to spam her about Pan Am Flight 103, that becomes major issues. That is severely inappropriate. But yeah, if someone asks you to stop texting them, you have to stop texting them. So yeah, I do not text Air West anymore, and I will not for a long time. Because I actually feel bad. And if you actually feel bad about, like, let's say if you spam somebody you didn't realize and you actually felt bad, then you wouldn't text them for a while. I'm not going to show you guys all my texts, because I do not want to expose her, and she would probably not be happy with me. But I'm just going to say I did text her a lot, and I never realized. So then I just eventually stopped, because I do not want the law to get involved. But yeah, long story short, someone asks you to stop texting them, you have to stop texting them. Like, okay, I have a friend, and me and him, like, we're best friends. Sometimes we like to spam each other, like, with a lot of texts, like texting each other a million times. Because, like, we're friends and we think it's funny, and because we're friends, that's what we do. Like, because we're boys, that's what we do. That's what we do to each other. But if he were to say, Kel, stop texting me, I'm not going to text him anymore. If he were to say that, then I'm not going to text him anymore. And again, it doesn't really matter who. It doesn't matter who. Because that's considered being a pest if you text them so much. It becomes harassment and bullying. And you gotta be careful. You guys just have to be careful about how much you text. Especially you teenagers out there. Like to text a lot. I get it. I'm one of them too. But just be careful. And if they ask you to stop texting them, you have to stop texting them. Otherwise, the law can get involved. And you guys probably don't want that. And I do not want that. So that's why I stopped texting Air West. You see, now KLM pisses me off. Even though she pisses me off, I don't spam her like crazy. Why? Because I know, like, sometimes, like, if someone pisses you off, you have their number, you just like to spam them like crazy to get back at them. That's not the best idea, because then they can take screenshots. And then your ass is cooked. That's why I'm not going to spam KLM. Because she'll literally just take screenshots, and then my ass will be cooked. Like, you can get your device taken by law if you text them too much. If you text someone too much, especially after they tell you to stop. If someone's texting you too much, and you don't like it, and you think they're being a pest, tell them to stop. First thing you do is tell them to stop. Don't immediately go up to them and start throwing hands, because that will be bad. You just tell them to stop. That's all you do. You can tell them to stop, or you can block them. And also, no means no. This is the second part of the lesson. Let's say, so like you ask someone out or whatever. Alright, let's say, so if I were to, like, if I see this really cute girl, and I were to ask her out or whatever, and if she said no, then this is my reaction. I would be like, okay, goodbye. That's my reaction. Don't beg them. That's my reaction. I'm not begging. It may hurt a little bit, but I'm not begging them. Not begging them at all. I'm just saying, okay, goodbye. And then trying to avoid them. Let's say after that happens, the cute girl's like, never mind, I like you, never mind, I changed my mind, I want yes. Then my reaction's like, too late, you already said no. No means no. And then I'll walk away. That's my reaction. Never ask someone out 50 times. Because if you ask someone out and they say no, it's done. Like, it's done. The answer is no. Even if they change their mind, the answer is still no. That's my rules. That's at least my rules. If I ask someone out, they say no, I just say, okay, goodbye. Walk away. And if they end up changing their mind, I say no. I say, you already said no. Goodbye. Don't keep asking them out over and over again. Don't ever do that. That becomes harassment. Because that becomes sexual harassment. And that can become a problem. Legal issues as well. That can become legal issues as well, like, a lot. If they're not interested, they're not interested. It's just the way it is. Yeah, don't keep asking them out. Like, don't keep asking them out 50 million times. Because then that becomes pretty bad. Because, yeah, no means no. And third and final thing. If you're playing football or whatever, and the coach tells you to get off the field, you get off the field. If the coach or the ref or whatever tells you to get off the field, you get off the field. Get off means get off. You do not just stay on the field and argue. You get off the field. My coach even said this to me. Hey, Kel, If the corner told you to get off the field, if the cornerback, the corner guy, the guy that's on the outside receiver, if he told you to get off the field, you need to get off the field. Yeah, if someone tells you to get off the field, you need to get off the field. Then it will become, you can get cut for that. You don't keep arguing with them. Because this actually happened to me. I was going to go in and play safety. Because that's what I'm supposed to, because they called the backups. Because I'm second string. They called second string. Coach told me. So the corner first off said, "Hey, Kel, get off. You're off the field. Get off." I was getting pretty pissed off. I was getting pretty angry because I wanted to play. But then the coach was like, "Hey, Kel, if he told you there's already two safeties out there. If he told you to get off, you need to get off." Did it hurt? Yes, it hurt a lot. Because I just wanted to play, and it hurt a lot. But it doesn't mean I could keep arguing about it. Is it going to hurt if you get kicked off the field? Yes. But it doesn't mean you can keep arguing about it. Back to the texting thing or whatever. Yeah, if someone's texting you so much and you don't tell them to stop, because they could just not be realizing it, don't immediately throw hands. Because if they're not realizing it, it's like accidentally, then don't throw hands because it's an accident. But if they realize and they know they're texting you so much and they continue to do it after you tell them to stop, then you throw hands. Then you throw hands. Because that's when things start to get serious. And back to the football thing. Let's say if the safety's on the field and he knows he's not supposed to be out there, if the coach told him to go out there, then he's supposed to be out there. But if he knows he's not supposed to be out there and he's just being a jerk and a jackass about it, then you throw hands. Then you throw hands. Yeah. But yeah, don't take these things too far. So basically what we learned today is, someone asks you to stop texting them, you stop texting them. If you ask someone out and they say no, you don't keep asking them out. And if the coach or whoever tells you to get off the field, you get off the field. Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Oh, dang, I'm literally already almost, oh my gosh, almost been out here for 20 minutes. So I am going to wrap it up today. Remember my lessons. Remember, y'all are good people. I know y'all are good people. Remember my lessons. Remember my advice. And what can happen. I will be back next Friday with some more content. But just remember my advice. I will see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.